The situation between Melody Shari, Martell Holt, and Arian Curry has officially entered a serious phase because lawyers are now involved. This is no longer just online drama, interviews, or social media back and forth. A reported legal notice has changed the entire direction of this long-running conflict. When legal paperwork appears, it means someone believes a line has been crossed, not emotionally, but legally. Melody's move did not come with a public announcement or emotional statement. There was no dramatic post, no long caption, and no attempt to rally supporters online. Instead, the action happened quietly, which is often the strongest signal that the decision was carefully planned. This wasn't about reacting, it was about control, boundaries, and protection. For years, the triangle involving Melody, Martell, and Arian has played out publicly. What began as rumors of infidelity slowly turned into confirmed separation, divorce filings, court matters, and a steady stream of public commentary. Interviews, Instagram lives, vague captions, and fan debates kept the situation alive long after the marriage ended. While viewers treated it like reality TV drama, real lives were being affected behind the scenes. After the divorce became final, Melody shifted her focus. She rebuilt her life step by step. She focused on her children, her businesses, and her personal growth. Publicly, she stopped engaging. No public arguments, no responding to every rumor, no online fights. To many people, it looked like she had completely moved on, but silence does not mean inactivity. Often, silence means observation. While Melody stayed quiet publicly, the commentary around her did not stop. Martell continued to speak about her in interviews, often framing himself as misunderstood. Arian's online posts became more pointed, filled with references to being silenced or finally speaking truth. At first, fans brushed these off as harmless expressions, but over time, patterns became clear. The timing of these posts and interviews often lined up with Melody's achievements. When she reached personal or business milestones, commentary would appear shortly after. Subtle digs, repeated mentions, carefully worded statements. Individually, each moment could be dismissed. Together, they formed a pattern. From a legal standpoint, patterns matter more than single incidents. Legal notices are not usually sent because of one post or one interview. They are built on repeated behavior that shows intent or impact. Melody's silence may have been strategic, allowing time to document everything properly. Screenshots, dates, consistent references. This is how strong legal cases are built. Reports suggest that the situation escalated when references allegedly began touching sensitive areas, including Melody's parenting, her character as a mother, and indirect references involving children. When minors are even indirectly mentioned, legal boundaries become much stricter. For many observers, this appeared to be the turning point. The reported legal notice is believed to address serious concerns, such as defamation, harassment, and interference. Defamation does not require direct accusations. Even indirect statements can qualify if they harm reputation. Harassment is not about one comment, but repeated behavior that creates pressure or distress. Interference involves actions that affect business, branding, or public image. For a public figure, this can have real financial consequences. Once a legal notice is delivered, the dynamic changes immediately. Ignorance is no longer an option. Any continued behavior after that point can be seen as intentional. This shifts the balance of power completely. What once felt like telling my truth can now be viewed as defiance. Fans noticed that once news of the legal notice surfaced, online behavior shifted fast. Posts became vague, lives became shorter or stopped entirely, language became careful. This is typical when legal advice enters the picture. Lawyers do not advise emotional reactions. They advise restraint. What makes Melody's move powerful is how quiet it was. She did not seek attention for it. She did not try to win public opinion with emotional posts. This made the action feel protective, not aggressive. The goal was not to embarrass anyone. The goal was to draw a clear line. Supporters of Melody see this as long overdue. Many believe she tolerated years of commentary without responding. To them, this move represents self-respect, protection, and growth. They see it as a mother protecting her children and a businesswoman protecting her brand. Others view the situation differently. Some supporters of Martell and Arian suggest the legal move is about control or silencing. However, even those defenses raise an important question. If nothing harmful was happening, why would legal action be necessary? That question alone changes how the situation is viewed. Once lawyers are involved, the conversation is no longer about opinions. It becomes about consequences. Statements are no longer just words, they become potential evidence. Old interviews, posts, and captions are revisited and re-examined. Things once dismissed as harmless now carry weight. The legal notice also forces decisions. Will the behavior stop, or will it continue and escalate? Continuing could lead to stronger legal action. Stopping means accepting boundaries. Either way, the situation has shifted into a serious phase. This moment also marks a turning point for viewers. What once felt like messy reality TV drama now feels real. The stakes are higher. The tone is different. People are paying closer attention, not for entertainment, but to understand what comes next. Melody's restraint is part of what makes this move effective. She did not argue publicly. She did not explain herself. She let the action speak. In legal situations, silence combined with documentation is often the strongest strategy. As time passes, every move from Martell and Arian will be watched closely. Every post, every interview, every caption. One careless statement could have serious consequences. The freedom to speak openly about the past is now limited by real risk. The online atmosphere has already changed. What was once loud and chaotic has gone quiet. Accounts are less active. Language is more guarded. This is exactly what legal notices are designed to do. They change behavior without public confrontation. This situation also sends a broader message. Setting boundaries does not require public fights. Protecting your peace does not require explanation. Sometimes the strongest response is quiet action backed by preparation. For Melody, this move is about more than the past. It is about the future, protecting her children, protecting her reputation, protecting her work. It signals that she will no longer tolerate repeated behavior that affects her life. For Martell and Arian, the reality has changed. The spotlight is no longer just social media. Legal responsibility now exists. Every action carries weight. This is no longer about who gets the last word online. It is about accountability. It is about strategy. It is about understanding that real life has rules that social media does not. As fans continue to watch, one thing is clear. Silence is not weakness. In this case, silence was preparation, and preparation led to power. The next chapter in the story has not been written yet, but the rules have changed, and everyone involved now understands that this is no longer just drama. It is real, serious, and full of consequences.